Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Macabre and welcome back to my movie library. Yeah, I got another video today. I just did my Night of the Creeps 4K video. Hopefully you guys will check that out. And yeah, this one here, I know I'm not the first one to do this one, but I did get this in today and wow. You know, this was one I wasn't really sure if I wanted to get it. Well, I was like, why draw out the suspense? You guys already know what I'm talking about by the title. I got in Arrow's 4K of Don't Lucio Fulci's 1972 giallo thriller Don't Torture a Duckling. So you guys already know which one I'm talking about. This was one, to be truthfully honest with you, at first I wasn't really sure if I was going to get the 4K or not because I had the Blu-ray. But, you know, here's the thing. I went ahead and I got it. And got it for a good price. You know, it was $29.99. You know, like I've said before, you know, usually what I want to try to do is when it comes to 4Ks, I want to try to keep it at, you know, if I can, for the most part, try to keep it at $30 or lower. Excuse me, for 4K, and try to keep Blu-rays more like, you know, $20 and lower. So yeah, so this one here got it for $29.99. I'm sure if I probably waited a couple more weeks, I would have got it for $24.99. But oh well. Anyway, though, yeah, I got it in and I checked it out. And to be truthfully honest with you, I'm really, really glad I did upgrade this. For me personally, okay, usually like Italian movies, specifically like Italian horror movies, Italian giallo films and stuff, to me, 9 times out of 10, it's worth it to upgrade to 4K. To me, I very, very seldomly ever see an Italian horror film or Italian giallo or something on 4K that looked bad. Maybe if I went back to my old channel and looked, I might find something, but usually every time I've ever gotten an Italian film on 4K, it's always looked great, and this one is no exception. It's not a super huge upgrade from the Arrow Blu-ray, but it is, you know, I can definitely see some differences myself personally. You know, like some of the detail in the, you know, there's a lot of like desert like landscape in this film, and you know the greenery of the grass and the weeds and the trees and stuff like that. It's like it's very, you know, it's very very, you know, it's very kind of in your face, but it looks great. You know, as someone who, you know, still lives in the desert, I live in Arizona. So, you know, it's like to see the vibrant green, you know, of, you know, like I said, the weeds and the vegetation and stuff like that, you know, it's like, it looks so realistic. And, you know, you know, the detail and like the desert kind of like dirt setting and everything else, it's like, it really looks so, you know, it looks so realistic here. It looks so great. You know, of course, you may as well get to it. It's like, yeah, Barbara Boucher, the infamous scene. If you've seen the movie, you know, it's like they say nowadays, you know, if you know, you know. You know, the scene with Barbara Boucher, yeah, Barbara Boucher in 4K, she looks phenomenal. She looks stunning. So, you know, of course, we'll get past that scene. But, yeah, just, you know, overall, I'm very happy with the transfer. I think, you know, so, you know, I like the, you know, the natural like daytime settings. You know, I've seen so many movies on 4K here lately. It's like, you know, usually like in the daytime setting where it should be kind of like, you know, a little bit brighter and you know, sunnier and everything else. And it's like, it's very, very dark. You know, I've seen so many 4K transfers where they do that and it's annoying. And it's like, this here is like, this looks more like natural daytime setting, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So, you know, just I'm really, really pleased about that as well. I will say though, the scene where they're torturing the witch, there are a couple of like quick shots. I can't help it. I will say, you know, for a 1972 movie, the blood effects that they use here look really, really good. Because you gotta remember, around that time they were using that kind of like 3M blood, you know, that looked more like red nail polish or like Tom Savini would say, it looked like melted crayons, you know. But you know, to me, it looked like red nail polish and stuff like that. This here, they had that really good, like, you know, fake blood formula and stuff. I just pray it wasn't real blood, but still. But yeah, the blood looked really good. But there were a couple of like when they're torturing the witch, like they hit her with the face, And it's like there is kind of like it's very quick, but it kind of almost looks like she's got Play-Doh on her face. But you know, still for the most part, hey, the effects in here still for the most part hold up. I will say though, it's like very clearly. Well, I'll show you real quick. Hang on a second. I'll get to the other stuff, but yeah, it's just right here. You could clearly see right there the drowned. Yeah, that is clearly a dummy. It looks like a paper mache figure, but you could clearly see it's dummy. But here's your little booklet here and everything else. Well, since I've already got it open, may as well show it to you. There's a shot in here. There's a picture in here of Barbara Boucher. Well, this is the non-offensive one. I can't show you the offensive one, but you know. And then the witch being chased by the police and the dogs. You know, there you go. It's pretty cool artwork, I think. And then kind of surprised that, you know, for the little card, usually when you get the card in here, you know, usually it signifies like an upcoming release, but this is pretty much just the alternate artwork on here. So there you go. I like this artwork, really good. That one's pretty good. Tons of features. And you still got the same kind of artwork on the disc. There's the, see what I mean? It's the alternate artwork. It's pretty much the same thing. So you see where we're going with this. But yeah, I'm not really crazy about that other artwork. I like this one better. So I'm just going to go with this. But hang on a second. The sound quality on here is amazing. Like, damn. A couple of times I actually had to turn down the sound because it was a bit too loud. And that was just using, you know, the regular speaker on my TV. I wasn't even using a sound system or anything. So anyway, so here you go. There's that. But yeah, like I said, I kind of prefer that. You know, I kind of prefer this artwork here and stuff. And look at all those bonus features, man. Look at all that. But the sound quality on this is amazing. The picture quality, you know, like I said, to me, for the most part, I think 9 times out of 10, you know, it's like, yeah, you could go ahead and spend the extra money on it because usually, you know, these 4K transfers for Italian movies usually tend to always pay off. It's very, very rare I ever see a bad one, you know. But here we go for the 4K. I mean, if you're happy with the Blu-ray, I'd say go ahead and stick with the Blu-ray. You know, I'm not going to force you to do it, but I'm sure the Blu-ray will serve just fine. Like I said, I just think that the image quality is a little bit sharper on here, and the colors are a little bit more vibrant. That's just me. You know, we have a brand new 4K restoration from the original 2-perf Techniscope camera negative by Arrow Films. 4K UHD Blu-ray presented in Dolby Vision, HDR compatible. Newly restored original lossless mono Italian and English soundtracks. I tend to prefer the Italian myself. But original English subtitles for the Italian soundtrack. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing for the English soundtrack. Audio commentary by Troy Howarth, author of So Deadly, So Perverse, 50 Years of Italian Giallo Films. Giallo alla Campagna. I hope I said that right. Video discussion with Michael Mikkel, J. Coven, author of La Dolce Morte, Vernacular Cinema, and the Italian Giallo film. Hell is Already in Us, video essay by critic Kat Ellinger. Lucio Fulci remembers rare 1988 audio interview with the filmmaker. Who Killed Donald Duck, interview with actress... with actress Barbara Boucher. Those Days with Lucio, interview with actress Florinda Bolkin. The DP's Eye, interview with cinematographer Sergio Defosi. Man, I really hope I pronounced that right. Where was I? From the Cutting Table, interview with editor Bruno Michel. Endless Torture, interview with makeup artist Mauricio Trani. Theatrical trailer, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Ian Sheedy. Illustrated collector's booklet featuring writing on the film by Barry Forshaw and Howard Hughes. So yeah, so you get quite a good bit of bonus features and everything else in there, and but you know, like I would say, like this, would this be worth picking it up? It's, in my opinion, it's just, your own personal preference. For me, it's worth it. I do really enjoy this film. It's definitely a really great Fulci film. There's so much subtext going on into this thing. You'd be amazed. Like, there's so much going on here. But yeah, I mean, I will say though, as far as the movie itself, if you're going to approach this movie, you really, really need to approach this movie in a very mature fashion. If you're going to be very immature about it and stuff like that, yeah, this movie is not for you. You need to approach this with an adult mindset, So, but yeah, I personally really enjoy the film, and so anyway, so yeah, I'm glad that I bought it, and now it's that time, folks. It's time to protect the movie. There we go. There we go. We're gonna case this bad boy up here. Oh. It's a little snug, but we got it. Da-da-da. Yeah, I love the way this looks here. This is cool. So, hang on. And there you go. There we are. Nice and protected. Really, really happy about that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, just, I would say, if you're a fan of the movie, and honestly, I'm definitely sure this is probably the best this movie's ever looked. I would say, yeah, if you don't have it, I would say, yeah, just go ahead and maybe spend that extra few bucks and get the 4K for it. But, I'm sure the Blu-ray will definitely do you just fine as well. But so anyway, yeah, I'm happy I got it. So looks great, sounds great, no problem. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. So that's it for that. Hopefully, if you guys don't mind sticking around for just a couple of more minutes, if you want to go ahead and go, I'll understand. But, if you don't mind sticking around for a couple of minutes, it's like, we talk about physical media, and I just did a video showing off my vinyl collection. Now, I love movies. You guys know I love movies and stuff like that. But another thing I love is books. I really do enjoy books. So I know some people are probably, books, I'm out of here. But if you do enjoy books, and stuff, I do have, a few nice pickups that I got. I'm surprised I was able to get them for so cheap and in as good a condition as they're in. But I just wanted to show you a few books I picked up, if you don't mind. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got this one. I picked this one up because I remember, I don't know if they even still do this anymore, but I remember back in school, they would give you, like they would assign you a book that you had to read to, do a book report on and stuff. And usually the teacher would have all these, mass paperback copies, and they would give each student a book and all that stuff. And, you had to take it home, read it, and do your book report and everything else. I found this one, and I definitely remember having to do this one in high school. We have Lord of the Flies, William Golding. And I remember, I was like, as soon as I was like, whoa, man, this was definitely a trip down memory lane. This was the exact kind of, this isn't the exact copy, but this is the exact kind of paperback, the same cover and everything else. They gave this to us, and, like we had to take it home and read it, and they do our book report on it and stuff like that. And I remember, enjoying the book. I do remember we had to do Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, and I have to admit, I'm sorry to anybody that's a fan of that book. That book just did not do it for me. I was not a fan of that book. It just didn't speak to me. But anyway, so yeah, this one here, we have, Lord of the Flies by William Golding in the paperback that I remember, so I picked that one up. I love these haunted books by Michael Norman and Beth Scott. I picked up 2 of these, and they're still in pretty good shape. We have Historic Haunted America. You can see there's kind of a little wear and tear there on the spine, but for the most part, yeah, it's the book is still in great condition. So, but I do love these, accounts of like true stories and things like that. So yeah, I was able to find this one. I got this one, Historic Haunted America, and I got this other one here, just plain old, no cheese, no frills, Haunted America. But yeah, and still, I mean, kind of just a little bit of wear and tear, but for the most part, it's still really good condition. So, but yeah, just really enjoy getting some of these books and stuff. So there you go. All these are all paperbacks, so may as well let you know that now. But there you go. I still got those. Listen here, I cannot believe I found this as great a condition as it's like, wow. Here it is, paperback. I mean, it almost looks brand new. It's like whoever had this book before took excellent care of it. We have Clive Barker's The Great and Secret Show. Look at that. I mean, it looks brand spanking new. Like I said, it's flawless the way that looks. It's perfect condition. Of course, you gotta love the little inside. Oh wait, no, that's not a good one, was it? Okay, sorry. But anyway, still. But look at that, Like I said, not even a ding on it, nothing. Perfect. So, can't believe I got such a great deal on this one. So, So yeah, Clive Barker's The Great and Secret Show. Glad to have that one. This one here, too. I cannot believe I got this one in such a great condition as well. We have Stephen King. We have Desperation. And look at that there. See, how cool is that? That inside artwork there. Yeah. By the way, these books, I've already read them. So, in case if anybody's like, do you ever read any? You buy these books, do you read them? Yeah, I do read them. I do want to see if I can get that... hopefully I can find a good paperback of Regulators like that, so I can kind of have both of them. So, but yeah, this book, I've already read this book and everything else. I just saw it, I was like, man, this is so gorgeous and perfect condition and everything else. So I was just like, man, I got to have this bad boy. So, look at that. So yeah, so Stephen King, Desperation. I just mentioned in my video on Night of the Creeps, I picked up a Blu-ray for an Agatha Christie movie called Crooked House, and I'm a big Agatha Christie fan, and I found this one, and this one's in great shape. I got Death on the Nile. Great book, and I will say when it comes to as much as I actually do like the Kenneth Branagh version of Poirot and stuff like that, but I mean, let's be real here. When it comes to this story, the version with Peter Ustinov and David Niven, Angela Lansbury, Olivia Hussey, Mia Farrow, that's the version of the movie to watch. Sorry, I do like, Kenneth Branagh and stuff like that, and there are elements to his version of Poirot that I do like, but, still. But yeah, I found this, $2. I mean, come on, $2 in a Goodwill, come on. Yeah, you can't beat that. But yeah. I do love me some Agatha Christie, and these books are in great condition, so, wow. And, so yeah, there we go. Listen here, this is a book I have it on my Kindle. I've been wanting to get a physical copy of this book for a very long time, and, finally found it, and really glad I got it. It's I would have to say, yeah, this probably is my all-time favorite sci-fi horror stories ever. I just love it, and that is Invasion of the Body Snatchers by Jack Finney. Usually it's just called The Body Snatchers, but I picked this bad boy up, and it's like, yeah, there you go. It's like, oh man, great book. I love the original movie. I remember back in the day I did a 4K review when Kino Lorber put out the 4K of it, and I did the remake and all that. I love the story. I just love the storyline, and I love the original film, even though the ending is different in the original film from the book, which I think the ending in the movie is a little bit better. But still, the movie follows the book very, very close. The ending is about the only thing where it kind of, diverts and goes in a different direction. But still, I love this book. I'm glad to finally, I've been looking kind of hard for it, but to finally get that's the only downside, like a little ding right up there, but still, you know. But yeah, just to finally get a nice, physical copy of this book. Cool. And this one here, this is my last one, but, found this in great condition. I do have this on Kindle, but, to have a physical copy sounds good. I have Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones. So, by Alvin Schwartz, drawings by Stephen Gamble. So, found this for $2. And, of course, we talk about, like, where's a good one? And we talk about all the illustrations, Oh, there you go. Put that one there. Yeah. Great books, Where's a good one? I'm trying to show you guys a good illustration there. This is a good one. Oh, there you go. Is that creepy or what? But anyway, so yeah, I found this for $2, and I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and pick it up. I have it on Kindle, but why not get a physical copy of it as well? So yeah, really happy about that. So here you go. Got that. Got these two here. Yeah. Whoa. Almost lost this one. Got these two bad boys here. And got the rest of these. So yeah, so I'm really happy. Everything turned out really well. And like I said, I'm, for me personally, I'm glad that I upgraded. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I also hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go and subscribe to my channel. That's it, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. See you all later.